Hey guys, thought I would do a quick video talking a little bit about commands and repeating commands. Basically, had a question about that. So why don't I repeat my commands, and how can I prevent from repeating my commands? So one, I think we have to remember that our dogs don't speak English, so they speak dog. And so if you think about that, you think about somebody who might speak Spanish, and let's say I don't speak Spanish, and they came up to me and told me to sit, and they said sit in Spanish multiple times and got louder and louder and louder. I would not know what they're talking about. I wouldn't know that they're telling me to sit. Same thing with the dog. The dog does not understand what we mean when we say sit. So we have to teach them. So we also want them to understand that when we say sit, we want them to respond the first time, not five commands in. And so it doesn't do you any good to repeat your command or to get louder, because if I say sit 5 times and then I finally reinforce and get my dog to get into that sit position, I've just taught my dog that on the 5th time, when I say sit 5 times, then you're supposed to sit. And if I were to just ask my dog to sit and then get them into position, they're going to understand that I say sit, I go into that position. So making sure that we're very clear about dogs don't understand, so we need to help them. So if you give the dog a command to sit, then they don't respond, don't repeat your command, just take the time to help them out. Maybe you need to get a lure, maybe you need to block the visual of whatever's across the street, maybe it's another dog barking, or maybe you need to pull them out of that situation a little bit further away from that distraction and then ask them to sit so that they're not as distracted and they can actually focus on you. And then build that value so you can get closer. So the other thing I wanted to talk or mention is that dogs don't generalize really well. And I think we forget that. I have so many people in my classes, they'll come and they're like, my dog is sitting great at home. He sits in the living room. I ask him to sit. I ask him to down. He responds to everything. He's doing great. But then he comes to class and he can't sit. And why is that? It's because it's a new place. It's a different place. Just because your dog knows how to sit in your living room at home does not mean that he can sit when there's 5 dogs around him or a squirrel running across the street. So they need to understand that sit means sit no matter where you're at, no matter what the distraction is, no matter where you are from your dog, distance, duration, distraction. So like all of those things play a role. They just don't generalize well. So it's our job as puppy raisers to help them generalize. So a lot of times I think the dogs just don't understand. So long story short, be in a position to reinforce or help your dog. I usually will start with a verbal cue. If my dog does not respond to a verbal cue, I might try a hand signal. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to start being a little bit more proactive. I might have to body block so my dog can't see what he's looking at and distracted by. I might pull him a little further away from that distraction, see if I can get him to sit a little further away. Or I might get a treat out and lure the behavior because he obviously doesn't understand to do the behavior that I'm asking. So that's a little bit about repeating commands. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers your question. I think it was Andrea that asked it. So, and then I will try to post maybe another video again, maybe later, about shaping versus luring versus capturing behaviors. So I don't want these videos to get too long. You might get bored. So hope that helps. Let me know. If not, ask another question, or I can try to address that. Okay, good luck. Bye.